It's no secret that I'm not a fan of Air Canada. I'm always happy to look at alternatives. I had a good experience with Porter on their Dash 8s. But today we're flying from Calgary back to Chicago on Westjet, an airline I've never flown before. What's it like flying on Canada's second largest airline? Let's find out. Westjet is an airline with a bit of a bipolar disorder. Founded in 1994 as a low-cost carrier, they transitioned to a more full-service carrier in 2017, spinning off their low-cost operations to a new airline called Swoop. They focused on premium cabin experiences and launched long-haul destinations using 787 Dreamliners. Well, those lofty aspirations didn't survive the pandemic. WestJet reincorporated Swoop, moved back to a low-cost model, and just completed the acquisition of Sunwing, another low-cost carrier. So you've got the draconian change in baggage fees with a better onboard experience than other low-cost carriers. Whether that's a nice surprise or a disappointment depends on what you're expecting and comparing it against. Arriving at the check-in desk in Calgary, we went to check a bag, which was complimentary with the premium class fare. We had tried to check in online through the app, but it wouldn't let us. The gentleman checking us in found no record of the reservation. Well, that's not encouraging. I had purchased the fare through Delta, but I doubt that was it. He was adamant that even with the confirmation number, we had no tickets. Eventually, another agent came to assist us, and we had our bags checked and our boarding passes printed in no time. Still, that's always a fun way to start a trip, and had me having a PTSD flashback to the time I booked a flight for the wrong year in Greece. I was looking forward to a nice time in a Priority Pass lounge, but my girlfriend didn't have global entry, so being the compassionate boyfriend that I am, I stood in the main line with her. Given the change in political landscape, US pre-clearance took quite a while. It was exactly 1 hour from start to finish. If that's not a sacrifice in a relationship, I don't know what is. She has since completed her global entry interview on arrival after our next trip. That's the lounge we would have been in relaxing in, I guess. Next time. We arrived at the gate about 10 minutes prior to boarding. But like Air Canada, WestJet has a pretty terrible track record of on-time flights, at only 71% in 2024. Even though the plane was there, they needed more time for the turnaround, and boarding began 25 minutes after it was scheduled to. WestJet boarding is done by zones, 1 through 4 with the premium cabin first, then the back of the plane, and then the middle. Then those naughty, ultra-basic folks have Zone 9 on their boarding passes and don't even get a carry-on. Yet, we still didn't get that far, and were held on the jet bridge in the cold for about 10 minutes. Of course, we'd packed away our winter coats, so it got pretty nippy. Premium class on the 737-700 is 3 rows in a 2-2. Be warned that some 737s and 737 MAXs have European business class, where it's the same seat as economy with a blocked middle seat. These seats have 38 inches of pitch and 20 inches of width, with 5 inches of recline. In fact, they're the same as Delta's A321neo first class, albeit with some changes. There was a bottle of water at each seat, full and USB power, but no in-seat entertainment or leg rest. The seats are spacious, but were not particularly comfortable or well padded. Still, it's definitely much better than the economy seats. We had hardly been the only ones stuck in immigration, and the boarding door was held open for a few stragglers. We then unloaded the bags of those who didn't make it, and pushed back 30 minutes late. Flying time to Chicago was 3 hours and 5 minutes at 37,000 feet. There's paid Wi-Fi and streaming entertainment option on your own device. The selection was fairly decent. There's also a moving map on the portal, a feature even American Airlines doesn't have. The tray folds out from the armrest and covers the entire seat. Service began with drinks, pretzels, and chocolates. WestJet also proudly serves McDonald's coffee. Is that something to be proud of. Flights under 2.5 hours only get snacks, but as this flight was 3 hours, a full meal was served. Menus had been passed out on the ground, and there was a choice of beef or mushroom risotto, served with a Greek salad, warm bread, and Black Forest cake. The Greek salad was fine, but a bit watery. The risotto itself was a bit bland and gloopy, but far better than that monstrosity I had had on Delta. The cake was quite good and disappeared from my tray quite quickly. About 30 minutes prior to landing, we even got a hot towel service. So as we land in Chicago, let's conclude. Westjet's premium class was a fun little splurge. When I booked it, it was about 200 Canadian more per person when comparing economy non-basic fares. Whether that's worth it to you is debatable. You're paying for more legroom and no middle seat most of all. The meal and service are fine, but nothing especially notable. It's really on par with a domestic US first class offering. Is it better than Air Canada though? With Air Canada, you'd have lounge access and seatback entertainment. So yeah, Air Canada still does offer the better experience, but I'd be happy to fly Westjet Premium again, assuming the price is right. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click that button and please subscribe for many more flight reviews to come. I'll see you next time for the start of a new Whirlwind series, beginning with revisiting Delta's A220-100 in economy.